Are you struggling with accounting questions? Don't worry, I've got you covered. In this tutorial, we will tackle a set of multiple choice questions based on the principles of double entry bookkeeping. I'll break down each question, explain the correct answer, and provide insights to help you solve similar problems in the future. Let's unlock the secrets of accounting together. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Option A, assets minus capital equals liabilities. Option B, liabilities plus capital equals to assets. Option C, liabilities plus assets equals to capital. Option D, assets minus liabilities equals to capital. Now, when you try to look at this first question, this first multiple choice question, it's testing your understanding about what we call the accounting equation. In accounting, the accounting equation states that assets accounting equation states that assets equals to liabilities plus equity. So they are asking us which of the following statements is incorrect. Which of the following statements is incorrect? So let's try to see which of these statements is incorrect. Assets minus capital equals to liabilities. That is correct. Liabilities plus capital equals to assets. This is right. So it's correct. Liabilities plus assets equals to capital. When you add liabilities plus the assets, does that give you capital? No, this is wrong. Assets minus liabilities equals to capital. This is correct. So here the incorrect option is C. So C is incorrect. The rest of the options are correct. The rest of the options are correct. So C, when you add the liabilities plus assets, you don't get capital. So from the accounting equation, assets equals to liabilities. This means that equity can equal to assets minus liabilities. It also means that liabilities can equal to assets minus equity. So these are the options that are right. Try to look at the accounting equation. So option C is wrong. When you add assets plus liabilities, you don't get capital. Then number 2, which of the following is not an asset? 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 Now here the first thing you need to find out, or what you need to ask yourself, is what is an asset to a business. Now when we talk about an asset is a resource of value that a company owns. Yeah, an asset is a resource of value that a company owns or leases, and of course it helps the business to generate revenue or to reduce expenses. When you look at assets, they can be tangible as well as intangible. So among the options which we have, a building, this is a resource of value that a company owns, so buildings, that is an asset. Cash balance, that is an asset. Debtors, that is an asset to business. Loan from K Chimbugwe. Loan from K Chimbugwe. A loan is an obligation. A loan is a liability to the business. So loan from Chimbugwe is not an asset in that case. Loan from Chimbugwe is not an asset. So multiple choice question 2, option D is not an asset. Option D is not an asset. Then we move to multiple choice question 3. Which of the following is a liability? Which of the following is a liability? You need to find out, or you need to ask yourself, what is a liability? What is a liability? So when we talk about a liability, that is a financial obligation that a company owes to another entity. Financial obligation that a company owes to another entity. A liability can represent a debt or something that the company needs to pay back in the future. So which of the following is a liability? Machinery? No. Machinery, that is an asset. Machinery is an asset. Creditors for goods? Yes, that is a liability. Motor vehicles, it's an asset. Cash at bank, that is an asset, it's not a liability. So multiple choice question 3, the answer is B. Creditors for goods, that is a liability to the business. Which of the following is incorrect? Still, they are taking you back to the accounting equation. Remember, when it comes to the accounting equation, assets will always equal to liabilities plus equity. So let's try to find out and see. When you add the liabilities, 1,250 plus 6,600, you get 7,850. They are asking for the option which is incorrect. So option A, that is correct. When you add the liabilities plus capital, you get 7,850. Then option B, when you add the liabilities of 2,800 plus 5,400, you get 8,200. Yes, you get 8,200. Option C, 1,150 liabilities plus 8,200, you get 9,550. No, here you get 9,250. That is wrong. Then D, 6,540. When you add the liabilities plus equity, so this is correct. So number 4, the incorrect option is C. So C is incorrect. When you add the liabilities plus the capital, you don't get this. Okay, so that is number 4. Let's move to the next alternative. Next question. Which of the following statements is correct? Which of the following statements is correct? We paid a creditor by check. Creditor is a liability to the business. Check, that is bank, that is an asset. So when you pay a creditor by check, assets reduce. Yes, bank reduces. Then the liability also reduces. The debtor paid us shillings 90 with cash. When the debtor pays, of course, cash increases. Cash increases. And then that is wrong, because the data is an asset, not a liability. Look at the statement up, effect upon assets, liabilities. So a data is not a liability, a data, that is an asset. So B, option B, that is asset to asset. Then Game Choir lends us by check, effects upon assets. Yes. Bank increases. Reduce loan from Game Choir. This is wrong. The loan from Game Choir, the loan account increases, it does not reduce. The loan account increases, it does not reduce. Bought goods on credit. Yes, stock will increase, but when you buy goods on credit, it's a liability that is going to increase, not capital. So this is wrong. So objective 5 or MCQ 5, the answer is A. pay a creditor, your asset, which is bank, reduces, and then the creditor, which is a liability, reduces. Which of the following are correct? Which of the following are correct? Option 1, the account, assets. Assets, to record an increase, entry the account, debit. Yes, this is correct. If you're increasing an asset account, you will increase the asset account with a debit entry, and you will reduce or decrease the asset account with a credit entry. That is correct. Capital increases with a debit? No. According to the rules of double entry, the capital account will increase with a credit entry. So this is wrong. Liabilities increase with a credit? Yes. And decrease with a debit? Yeah. So meaning that option 1 and option 3 are correct. So do we have 1 and 3? 1 and 3. Yes. So here the option which is correct is C. Assets increase with a debit entry in the account, and the credit entry decreases the asset account. Then for the liabilities, they increase with a credit entry, and the debit entry decreases the liability account. Which of the following are correct? Account to be debited, account to be credited. Bought office furniture for cash. When you buy office furniture for cash, the furniture account is to be debited. That's an asset account, so it's to be debited. Then account to be credited, that is cash. So Roman 1 is correct. A debtor Jane paid us by check. A debtor Jane paid us by check. So when a debtor pays by check, our bank account increases, so it should be debited. Then account to be credited, that is Jane account. So option 3 is also correct. Introduce capital by check. Account to be debited, capital? No. Account to be credited, bank? No. That is wrong. So option 3, this is a distractor. It's wrong. Pay the creditor, bill by cash. When you pay a creditor, of course the creditor's account has to be debited. That is correct. Account to be credited, that is cash, because you're paying the creditor by cash, so your cash reduces. So option 4 is correct. So meaning that 1, 2, and 4 are correct. 1, 2, and 4 are correct. So the answer is C. The answer is C. Which of the following are incorrect? Which of the following are incorrect? So demand for cash, debit, cash, account to be debited is cash. Yes, that is correct, because when you receive cash, your cash account should be debited. Account to be credited, van. Yes, your van account reduces. Return some of the office equipment to suppliers limited. When you return some of the office equipment to the suppliers, of course you have to credit the office equipment, and then you debit the supplier's account. So this is wrong. Repaid part of loan from Sich House by check. When you pay part of the loan from Sich House by check, loan from Sich House, this is correct, that account has to be debited. Then your bank account should be credited because you're paying by check, so your bank reduces. Bought machinery on credit from Better Ways Limited. Bought machinery on credit from Better Ways Limited. So you increase in an asset, which is machinery. Account to be debited, Better Ways Limited? No. Account to be credited, machinery? No. Of course, it should be the other way around. You should be debiting the machinery account and then credit Better Ways Limited, because this is a purchase of a machinery on credit. So our asset, which is machinery, increases. The liability, which is the payable, Better Ways Limited, should be credited. So here, the options that are incorrect that is 2 and then 4. So 2 and 4, do we have them? 2 and 4? Yes. Those two options are incorrect. Those two options are incorrect. Which of the following best describes the meaning of a purchase? What are purchases? When we look at purchases, the aspect of a business, purchases in a business, we can look at them as what? As those goods or services that are being bought for purposes of resale. So, which of the following best describes the meaning of purchases? Items bought? No. Not every item that is bought is a purchase. Goods bought on credit? Yes, purchases can be goods that are being bought on credit, but not on the credit, because there can also be cash purchases. Goods bought for resale? Yes. Goods paid for? Not really. So which of the following best describes? Yes, these may all be right, but the one that best describes. So purchases are those goods that are being bought for resale, whether they are cash purchases, whether they are credit purchases. As long as they are for resale, then they qualify to be purchases. So number 9, the best option that describes the meaning of purchases is C. The purchases are those goods that have been bought for purposes of resale. Which of the following should not be called sales? Which of the following should not be called sales? Office fixtures sold? No. Office fixture sold. Office fixture, that is an asset. Goods sold on credit? No. That's right. Which of the following should not be called sales? Oh, sorry. Which of the following should not be called sales? Office fixtures sold. Office fixtures sold, this is not a sale. That should not be called a sale. That is a sale of a non-current asset. So we don't, if you sell a non-current asset, we don't record that in the sales of the business. Goods sold on credit, this is a sale. Goods sold for cash, that is sale. Sale of items previously included purchases, those are all sales. So 10, which of the following should not be called sales? That is A. When a company sells its non-current assets, we don't call that a sale. Sales, we use that term for the goods that have been sold either on credit, either for cash, or sale of those items that have previously been included in purchases. So the rest are sales. This is a sale. It is also sale, and then this is also sale. So office fixture sold, that one is not a sale. Of the following, which are correct? Of the following, which are correct? Goods sold on credit to R. Williams. When you sell goods on credit, you debit the customer's account, that is R. Williams in this case. So this is correct. Sales account is to be credited in case goods are being sold on credit. S. Johnson returns goods to us. This is a return inwards. It's to be debited, and then the account to be credited, that is the customer's account. So that option is also correct. Goods bought for cash. When you buy goods for cash, you should be debiting the purchaser's account. So if you say that you debit in cash, that is wrong. We return goods to A. Henry. Return goods to A. Henry. So we debit We return goods to AN. This is the return outwards, so it should be debiting the supplier's account, and then credit return outwards. This is wrong. So meaning that option 3 and option 4 are wrong. So of the following, which are correct? So it is 1 and 2. It is 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are correct. Goods bought for cash, it should be the other way around. You should be debiting purchases account and then credit cash account. We return goods to ANRE, since it's the business returning or we are returning, it should be debiting ANRE's account, who is a creditor in this case, and then you credit the return outwards but not return inwards account. Which of the following are correct? Are incorrect? Which of the following are incorrect? Goods sold for cash. When you sell goods for cash, you debit the cash account and credit the sales account. This is correct. Goods bought on credit from T Pata. Debits purchases, credits T Kata. That is correct. Goods returned by us to C Barry. Goods returned to us by C Ari. Goods returned us by C Ari. That is return inwards, so you should debit return inwards. Goods returned by us to C Barry. We are returning the goods. The business is returning goods to C Barry. We have to debit C Barry's account, then we credit the return outwards. That is correct. Van bought for cash, we debit purchases and credit cash. This is wrong. Van bought for cash. When you buy a van, you should be debiting the van's account, not the purchases account. So number 12, the option which is incorrect is D. D is incorrect, that is 4 only. 1 is correct, option 2 is correct, and then 3 is correct. 4 is wrong. When a business buys a van, the van's account should be debited, not the purchases account. We use the purchases account in case goods have been bought, and these goods are for purposes of resale. You buy goods for resale, then those are purchases. But this is a van which is bought, not for purposes of resale. Given the following, what is the amount of assets? What's the amount of capital? Assets, you have premises, stock, cash. Then liabilities, you have creditors, loan from A. Adams. What is the amount of capital? What is the amount of capital? So here you just need to use the accounting equation. Remember, assets equals to capital plus what? Plus the liabilities. Therefore, capital will equal to assets minus the liabilities. So given the following, what is the amount of capital? Just get the assets, that is 20,000, plus the stock of 8,500, plus cash of 100, then minus the liabilities, creditors 3,000, minus loan from A. Adams 4,000. Your capital is 21,600. So number 13, the answer is B. Answer is B. Capital is 21,600. Just need to use the accounting equation to arrive at that capital. Capital equal to assets minus liabilities. Which of the following is correct? Profit does not alter capital. That one is wrong. Profits will always alter capital. Profits reduces capital. That one is wrong. When you make profits, capital will increase. Capital only comes from profits. That one is wrong. Profits increases capital. This is correct. So number 14, the answer is D. The rest of the options are wrong. Profit does not alter capital. That one is wrong. Profit will always change your capital. Profits reduces capital. That one is wrong, because when you make profits, capital of the business goes up. Capital can only come from profit. That is wrong. Capital can come from some other sources. I can contribute money into the business as the owner of the business, so that's another source, not necessarily profits. So capital can come from any other source other than profits, so that one is also wrong. D, profit increases capital. That is correct. That is correct. Which of the following are correct? Account to be debited, account to be credited. So here, these objectives are testing your understanding of the principles of double entry. You should be knowing when to debit and then when to credit. Received commission by check. Of course, when we receive commission, our bank account is to be debited. Then we have to credit the income account, which is commission received. So option 1 is correct. Paid rates by cash. Yes, we debit the rates account and then credit cash account. So option 2, Roman 3 is correct. Paid motor expense by check. Yes, you debit the motor expenses account and then credit the bank account. Then receive the refund of insurance by check. Of course, if you're receiving a refund of insurance by check, then it should be the bank account to be debited. Should be the bank account to be debited, then you credit the insurance account. So this is wrong. So meaning that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that is B. So 15, B is correct. When you say 1 and 2 only, what about 3? 3 is also correct, so this is wrong. 1, 3, 4, 4 is wrong, so that option cannot be correct. 1, 2, there is 4, 4 is wrong. 4 is wrong. The refund of insurance by check, you should be debiting your bank. It means that insurance has been paid, but now it has been refunded, so you have to debit the bank account and then credit the insurance account. It has been refunded by check. C, we're on 16. Of the following, which one is incorrect? Of the following, which one is incorrect? Sold van for cash. Sold van for cash. Account to be debited. Cash. Yes. But not the sales account. Sales account should not be it. You should be crediting the van's account, not the sales account. So sales, we use sales only in case goods have been sold, those goods that were bought for resale. But if it's a non-current asset that has been sold, we cannot record that in the sales account. That's not a sale to the business. Bought stationery by check, debit stationery, credit check, that is bank, so that is correct. Took cash out of the business for private use, account to be debit and cash, no. It should be debit drawings. When you take out cash of the business for private use, it should be debiting drawings and then crediting cash. So this is wrong. Paid general expenses by check, debit general expenses account, then credit bank. So this one is correct. So meaning that 1 and 3 are incorrect. So 1 and 3, 1 and 3. So number 16, the answer is C. Number 16, the answer is C. Move. What is the balance in the following account? Now here they have given you an account. They want you to find the balance on the following account. When you're balancing an account, of course, the balancing figure should be on the smaller side. And when you try to look at this account, you'll see that the debit side is bigger. So meaning that I can balance this account by inserting a balancing figure on the smaller side. The smaller side is the credit side. So balance carried down. Balance carried down is 395. 395. That is your balancing figure. That is your balancing. That is your balancing figure. Totals. That is 745. That is 745. So balancing an account is inserting a balancing figure on the smaller side. So when I put the balancing figure, that is balance carried down on the credit, then at the start of the next month, I'll come and say that on 1st, this now will be June. Balance brought down, I'll put a 395. So this account has a debit balance of 395. So the answer is C, debit balance of 395. Always the side which is greater or which is bigger. If the debit side is bigger, always on an account, then that account has a debit balance. If the credit side is bigger, then the account will be having a credit, balance. What would have been the balance on the account of it's okay? In 17 above, this is objective 17 above, on 19 it made 1005. Now if they say on 19 it made 1005, what would have been the balance? I'm going to just consider the sales on the 1st, the 14th sales, then cash 17th. I will just consider 205, 360, and then the credit of 305. So get your 205 plus 360 minus 300. In other words, you just come up with a balance on the account on 19th May. So you have to ignore all the transactions after 19th May. You have to ignore those transactions. When I consider the sales, the two sales for 1st and 14th May, and then the cash that was received on 17th, the account will be having a debit balance of 265 on 19th May. So ignore the transaction on 30th, also ignore the transaction on 28th. So get the 205 plus 360 minus 300, the balancing figure will be on the credit of this account. When you balance it up and you bring it on the opposite side, it will get the debit balance of 265. So objective 18, the answer is A. That will be the balance on the account of Musoke on 19th May 2005. So just ignore the rest of the transactions, only consider those transactions that took place before 19th May, then you balance the account on 19th May 2005. Which of the following best describes a trial balance? Which of the following best describes a trial balance? Shows the financial position, the business? No. The trial balance does not show the financial position of the business. That is the statement of financial position. It is a special account? No. Shows all entries in the books? No. It is a list of balances on the books? Yes. Trial balance is a list of balances in the books. So 19, the correct option is D. The rest are distractors. Is it true that a trial balance clause should agree? No. There are sometimes good reasons why they differ. No. Yes, except when the trial balance is at their end. That one is wrong. Yes, always. Trial balance clause should agree. Yes, they should always agree. So the trial balance clause should always agree. So here the answer is C. D, no, because it's not currency. No, that one is wrong. So the trial balance clause should always agree. Those are the multiple choice questions. Of course, now these questions are they test better. They test better your understanding of principles of double entry, rules, accounting equation. So they test better your understanding, meaning that for you to be able to pass these questions about objectives, you have to go through the questions of a specific topic. Then you understand that topic very well. I believe when you understand the topic very well, then you can also answer the objectives of that topic. Of course, there is always one answer. There is always one correct answer when it comes to these multiple choice questions. The rest of the questions will be distractors. The rest of the options will be distractors. There will always be one option which is correct. The rest of the options, those will be distractors. They are incorrect. Okay? They are incorrect. So if you don't know the answer, you should guess. You should guess if you don't know the answer. You may be right by chance. Okay? When you guess, you may be right by chance. So thank you so much for watching. I'll come with another set of objectives. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share with friends. And don't forget to comment. If you have a question, please ask your question in the comments section. Bye bye.